Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, part 2, and I'm your host once again, Siren Frost. God, that sounded a little bad in my, sounded worse in my head, but, you know, it is what it is. We're just here right now for that. So, in part 2 of the video for our Start Deck, little marathon here, little small series, this is on the final one. This is going to be the Lyrical Monasterio deck profile featuring Love Call Marlean. So, I want to do a little fan theory for you guys on this one because this almost matched to the same style as Kari does. But I think strongly that this might have been used to Mikoto before she got her hands on Crest Rain. And even though her deck online was Gandiva, doesn't count, by the way. Actually, it does kind of count a little bit to some degree. I figured Marlean might have been, if she ever did play an actual Vanguard game, this would have been her first trial deck because it does represent her in a way of being a pop idol. So, I'm not quite sure. This might have been used against, might have been a good match for Mikoto, but so far no one hasn't claimed this deck. So, as far as I know, no one else claimed the other start decks except for Noah and Akina with their Kara Sanctuary and Dragon Empire decks. So, give or take on that one. But according to the source here, on the fandom, because I did look up on Marlean's skill and stuff. So the Marlean ride line follows a similar playstyle to Kari, returning rear guards to the hand during the battle phase and calling them back out. So, in a way, it's a small branch to Kari because of the hand ability. So that's just pretty much all I need to know. And hopefully I found cards that will be comparable to this deck. I'm not sure. But we're using the full Marlean support deck the best way we can. So let's go with that one for now. So for the ride line, or the ride deck of course, we always have our one energy generator, just for the, you have to have it as like a ticket way to enter the tournaments now. Kind of. So, I'm sorry for those who did a custom energy generator kind of thing. I'm sorry. Those look fabulous, but this is the one card you definitely need to have. And if you guys want to use those energy generator counters cards, be my guest, but most of us do actually have, not most, that's not a dickish kind of thing to say. The energy cards that you get from the booster packs, you pretty much can use those too. So, you can have up to 10 though. That's all. Now, for the ride line of choice is Wonder, Lavender, Ursule for our starter. And this card would be used to be the next starter for Fated 1 of ever-changing Crest Rain, once that deck profile is going to be debuted probably next week. So, right now, this is the starter you get from the start decks. No big deal. Just, it's all good. Alright, so grade 1 we have now is Heartwarming Lorica, I think. When this unit is ruled upon by resolve to sing until the end, Louise, choose up to one grade 2 or less normal unit from your hand and call to rear guard. If you call the card, search your deck for up to one card with the same card name as that unit called by its ability, reveal it and put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck. Okay? And that's the only unique skill about the ride line so far. And the rest is, for the grade 1, you have grade 3 grade Vanguard Marlean as card name. This unit gets plus 5k. So that's pretty much all that you can need to know. The grade 2 we have is Resolve to Sing until the end, Louise. When this unit is ruled upon by a grade 3 card with Marlean as card name, choose one of your rear guards and you may return it to your hand. If you return the card, you may call this card to rear guard. From the soul, I guess. So, and then of course, it does gain a 10k shield when it, as long as you have Marlean as the Vanguard. So, as only for the shield. Now, here comes the bossy bitch herself. Love Call Marlean. We can skip the active skill because at this point, everyone fucking knows that one. The unique skill, I'm going to say, however, when this unit attacks a Vanguard Energy Blast 4, choose one of your rear guards, return to the hand, choose up to one grade 3 or less unit from your hand, call to an open rear guard, and it gets 10,000 power until the end of the turn. So it does let you have another 4th attack, I think. don't quote me on that one, because I think this is, it has to be a certain way. But, yeah. Yeah. And I'm also still quite shocked that these are not trial deck rare. And, of course, we're using the pink sleeves from Donji, but this is mostly for Lyrical. Okay. So, for the main deck, I think this is still a good, for me, that works for me as for trigger lineup. 4 heals, 8 criticals, 3 fronts, and 1 overtrigger. So now, here is the heal triggers. This is you get from the start decks. Talkative, our Tanmuz of the little demon heal trigger. I think it's a very cute card to have. Next one, we have 4 copies of Wings Dancing in the Blue Skies, Antia. I just chose her because I thought she looks very, very adorable. I mean, I can always use the one from the start deck, but that one's only in Crest Rain, so I can't really have it too much, you know. And of course, we have the effect trigger critical, which is the Precious Tune Edwige for, you know, the extra soul plus 2k power. Why not? But if you guys, like I said, if you're not really a big fan of the effect triggers, you can always change them out. I mean, I'm a big fan of the front one personally. Like this one here, Snowskip Palvi, because like I said, the 20k shield is there for the extra value, and it does help you out in some time of need. Now the overtrigger of choice is Grey Star Esteranza. And I chose her because this deck is like an idol deck for any pop idol who wants it. Damn, I'm so tired. Okay. Anyways, that is my personal trigger lineup. And of course, we're using the Marlean sleeves. Because why not? They're pink. So now, the gray ones are not as many as you think. I'm going down, actually. So I have 14 cards here, which obviously, I think at this point, there's a lot of, like, change. Easy. 3 more copies of Heartwarming Lorica for the 5k booster on top of the one she has. 4 copies of Hasty, Loafer, Niina. When this unit boosts, if you have 3 or more units with different card names, Counter Blast 1, Energy Blast 2, draw a card, and his unit gets 5k power into that battle. So, this card technically, it can be used for Crest Rain as well, if you know how to supply your energy charge properly. And I think that's the most okay thing you can do. So, that to me alone is not a bad idea. But I might cut it down to maybe 3, depending on if I'm really in that mood for it, but not quite sure yet. Next, we have 3 copies of Theater Lessons Lafferty, because she's our discard fodder. She gets to be called from the drop to the rearguard as rest once it's been discarded. No big deal. And then our complete guard for choice is Nocturne of Flickering, Lambency, Judith. And I do like this one. I know that Makoto uses this in the anime, at least 1 copy of it, or 2. I think I maybe use only 1 of each copy, but I think I just like playing 4 of, because this is not Crest Rain, so I think there's no limit to how many decks of choice you can actually use. Whatever. So yeah, that is my grade 1s. Now for grade 2s, I think we are, again, not doing too much in here. So let me just double check to see what we have. So we do got 14 cards in the deck right here, in the grade 2s. We have 3 more copies of Louise for the extra 10k shield. We have 4 copies from the booster packs, a booster pack. Playful, Scribbling, Seere. When this unit is placed on rearguard during your battle phase, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Marlean as card name, this unit gets 10,000 power into that turn. So it is a Marlean support, so that's one good thing. And this is our next fodder, which is Rabbit 3 copies of Rabbit Growing Flowerbed, Celine. Oh, my name! Minus the E on here, but still, like, my name! So, Celine is, when this card is discarded from your hand during your ride phase, Soul Blast 2, draw a card. So, obviously, they're going to have that one. And then finally, here's another card that I would think of something more different of. But teach your own. When this unit attacks a Vanguard Energy Blast 4, choose one of your other front row rear guards, return it to hand, and this unit gets 5,000 power in that battle. So it does return a card to your back to your hand, and it does give an extra 5k power. So this whole deck is consisted of boosting a shit ton of power. Depending on how you use it properly, you can use it like early in the game, late. I don't know how you guys want to do it, but I personally think that's a way this deck's supposed to be, but I'll look more into it after this video because I do want to see if there's a lot more possibilities I'm just overlooking. Which I probably bet you I am. Finally, for our grade 3s, we are playing 7 grade 3s in this deck. And I'm hoping I didn't screw up on the order of the cards here, but if I did, I will apologize, as always. So we are playing 3 more copies of Marlean for the personification ability, Persona Ride, and then 4 copies of her partner, Beloved Response Girl Respino. When this unit is returned from your hand from rear guard, if your Vanguard is Marlean, Counterblast 1 and draw a card. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, this unit gets 5k power, blah blah blah. If your grade 3 that was Soul Blasted this turn was Marlean, this unit gets 15 instead of 5. So that's her partner right there. And like I said, this deck does pretty much heavy with Kari. Returning some cards back to the hand, Superior Call them, get plus certain power. It is what it is. And I cannot wait to actually try it in person, because all I've done is just build it, play test it, and just see what happens. Okay. So that is it for the new ride lines and all 6 start decks from our deck profile video and our weeklies. It's good to have some decks back in the game a bit and see what kind of happens. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for that video. If you guys like the content I do create on my channel, please subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, just go ahead and feel free to comment. Comment down below. Or do a DM, a personal chat. I don't mind that. Like, I want to hear you guys' opinions about some of these decks because, I know some people say that start decks are really shitty because when you get them, they're all vanilla. And then get them later in those booster packs doesn't make any sense. But Bushiroad's being in a little bit of a tight loop right now, I think. So let's just see what's happening in the future with these decks and see what kind of happens. But anyways, you guys, please be safe out there. Make good choices. And I'll catch you guys next week for more deck profile videos. And this has actually been pretty much fun for me personally, because it gives me more of a homework theme to just find some cards that will correspond with these units' abilities. And it's just fun to see new units, personally. But anyways, I gotta go, you guys. I have dinner waiting for me, and I'll catch you guys next week. As always, I've been your host, Cyan Frost. Have a good night, and see you guys next time. Bye!